Hello everyone, this is Shadow Dragon back with another episode of DC Universe Online. So once again, we're covering episode 41 on the test server, but I'm gonna go into the member benefits this time. So it's like loosely tied with episode 41, but this is ongoing, and this is a permanent change to the game. As you know, they're getting rid of like a lot of the daily stuff, like the vault, the stabilizer event, and the lock boxes, and they're consolidating it into like one click to get your daily rewards and stuff. So this is probably the most important video, although it's going to be boring. So just as a warning, there's no action here. We're just going to be looking at a still graphic for probably half or more than half of the video. We'll just be looking at a screenshot from the live stream that I took, and I'm going to break down a couple of days and differences between a free player versus a legendary member. Now this is really important because of the major changes they're doing to the game. You're going to want to reevaluate the membership level, whether you're thinking of moving to a sub, or if you're currently legendary and you're worried it's going to be worse and you're thinking about unsubbing. Yeah, this is the video that is going to break everything down. So just again to recap, where the worry comes from is they already announced like what they were doing for free and premium, and the big news is that a premium player, which I imagine most free people moved up to premium because all you have to do is spend $5 and you're automatically premium. But the thing now is, one, they already opened up all the episodes so that everyone has access. And then they announced when this goes up, they're lifting the cash cap on premium. So if you think about that, that makes a premium player like pretty much equivalent to current legendary. Like they're not restricted on the broker, and they're able to get all the same items now. They are going to start a little bit behind because naturally a premium is going to have less money. But given the period they released this news, premiums can start stocking up on the high ticket items and get ready to sell them once this episode goes up. To give you an idea, I do have premium accounts, and they do have like quite a few million in escrow, like just from selling the gray loot and other drops that you get along the way, and that's just like a grind over years. So you as a premium, you will start out with a bit more buying power, well, much more buying power than obviously 3,000, but yeah, once you start selling your stuff, you'll be comparable to a legendary. So yeah, that puts the legendary membership in danger, because those who put most of the value on the broker and the cash cap would need to start thinking about that, whether they drop sub or not. So yeah, that's what we're going to do here. We're going to look at the chart first, the daily menu first. And then we're also going to need to look at the vendor, because some of that translates to things you can buy. Once you see these two parts of the video combined, that's sort of when you can make your decision. So right now we're looking at a screenshot of the daily rewards menu. I got this from the live stream, so it is going to be a little bit fuzzy. And it's showing... Let's see, it's showing 7 days, and I believe the screenshot was taken in a scenario where you're on you're on day 6 and you've logged on for 6 days in a row. But it'll give you an idea of like what the percent difference between free and member. So when you open this menu, everyone will get this top row. Free daily rewards. Free, premium, and members will both get to claim, will all three get to claim this up here. and then members only, legendary members, will get the bottom row. Now they differ based on the item. Like sometimes the member gets 4 times more, sometimes it's a little bit less. But the way it works out, and it's broken down in the live stream, so you can get to that from the description below. And Meps breaks it down in that video. But basically the top row is equivalent to $20. The bottom row is $60. When you complete the 20 days, that is. Now, I've mentioned before that the dollar amount doesn't actually matter. That's just a way for the devs to calculate the difference between member and free. But as I've mentioned, these things need to have value to you, regardless of dollar amount. So that's what we're here to break down. And when we're looking at day 1, these do actually represent the items now. This is not placeholder stuff. So day 1, you get this piece of gear here. This is an enhanced version of the purple gear in the current episode. But through the life of the episode, they're going to rotate this out, like for the next the next cycle. So it'll be an enhanced suit of something else. So they might possibly go back and enhance like an old gear set. So they are awarding that every couple of days. Through the course of 20 days, if you're a free user, you will get half of the suit only. So that alone adds to the motivation of being a member, because I don't know if they mentioned there's going to be feats, but if you're a completionist, you're going to want that whole style anyway. So that's a plus. It's a minor plus. Then we're looking at catalysts. Now there is a mark value to this, because the Dionysium, the green one you see here, is sold for 7 marks. Then you've got the blue one, the quantum energy, and then the paradox energy is the purple one. And those are 10 and 15 respectively. So you do get significantly more value on the member side, because you do get, you're going 5, 3, 2. So this will help you build artifacts a little bit more, I guess in a more of a controlled manner, because usually you're going to buy more of the green ones, and then it goes one lower and then another lower for the higher catalysts. So yeah, this does come into play when you're building your artifacts. Again, a minor plus, but it's a good convenience plus. This Ankh here, you see the fate icon. That is called a fate token, and that is going towards the daily rewards. It's a new vendor, which we're going to look at after this boring part where it's no change in graphics. But this to me, let's say you're getting 5 as a free or premium. You would get 20 as a member per day. Now this to me is a major plus. We won't see that until I go through the vendor though. So you'll see my breakdown of the vendor and why this is really important. Okay, moving on to day 2, you see this icon for nth metal. I don't remember the names of all the icons and the differences, but this is like one of the higher ones. This is probably the one you get, since they're only giving it to you 1 out of 7 days, or it's 2 out of 7 days. This is probably equivalent to the Thursday vault when you get it on reset day, or something equivalent to it. But like the Ankh, a member is getting 4 times more than a free user. So this to me is a minor plus, because there's no shortage of nth metal in the game. No matter what membership level you are, there's a lot of nth metal in the game, and this doesn't really make a big difference because of the bottlenecks of the catalysts and breakthroughs anyway. But it certainly helps. Alright, so when we look at day 3, you're getting stabilizer fragments. So this is meant to replace your daily stabilizer runs. When this goes up, you can actually roll over this to see the difference. I forget what it is though. But I imagine that the member amount is probably the same as it is now. And for this one, for the free people, they consolidated free and premium so that it's the same. So this is sort of a neutral. It should be similar to what we get now. So yeah, no difference there. On day 4, you get the other piece of gear over here, and you notice that on day 2 you get another piece of that gear if you're a member only. So the members will complete this gear set, and the free people will only have half of it. I believe these probably make it to that daily rewards vendor eventually, so it's just delaying when you get it, when you're free member, free user. Again, the delay would be unknown though. I don't know how long it would take for that. The mark difference, it's a let's see, that's a 5 times difference, because you would get 2 as a free, and you would get 10 as a member. This is just a minor plus, and it could even be a negative actually, because when you look at marks, compared to the system we have now, you basically get more marks now the more alts you have. This new system favors you if you're a single character player. If you have 32, you're actually losing out, because remember, this whole daily rewards menu is what the entire account gets. It's not like what your Toon gets. So if that was confusing, let me explain it a different way. Currently, if you have one character, you're going to get 1 mark per day from the vault. If you have 32 characters at level 30, you're going to get 32 marks per day for each time you run the vault. So you do actually get less now on this system if you're an Altoholic. So yeah, this is that's probably a break even, because I'm sure like the value of the other items is probably greater than that. And also if you factor in time, certainly running 32 vaults is not the best use of time. So yeah, if you factor in time, this system is still better, even though you get less marks. But you do have to realize that some of these other items can like loosely convert into marks, like the catalysts obviously do. Let's see. So moving on, day 5, you start to see this new icon here. This is called Ally Favor. It's I think it's the XP that you feed into that new ally system. So you're going to be able to level up. It's slightly more than twice as much if you're a member. Now I haven't used that system a whole lot, so I don't know how much of an impact that is. I mean, the ally stays up for 1 second. I don't know that this is a huge impact, but if that's the new thing and that's what we're building, it's an okay benefit. So you see another piece of gear here being filled. On day 6, the only difference is you're seeing this icon here that's like a box. I think that's some kind of soda. That's like the soda you get from the capsules, I believe. It's just a pack of those. Yeah, so you're getting those. Everyone's going to get those. This is a non-factor to me because, if you build the Kryptonian soda either for usage or for feats, you're not going to slot in another soda anyway. I don't use those sodas that we get from the capsules. So yeah, this is a non-factor. I'm sure they're going to probably put a price on it, but to me that's like $0. So if you're going to the membership side, you do get 10 compound omegas. This hedges what used to be in the lockbox, because occasionally you get these from a lockbox, and eventually you build up that stack from the lockbox. This is a neutral benefit. It's just replacing what we would get now. Whether that's more or less than now, that depended on the hours you spent, because the lockbox is dependent on, it's a drop on kill per every 3 hours or something. So they probably just took like some middle number of that. 10 is fine. This new icon is called a Destiny token. This is for some of the more premium rewards that are inside the daily rewards vendor. To me, this is the home run. This is the thing they needed to knock it out of the park, make membership more valuable than being a premium. And they needed to do that once again because they opened up the broker, which was previously the most valuable thing of a membership. That is currently open. And this is the thing that kind of hedges that. Unfortunately, I don't have a screenshot on the details of the next set of days, but it's going to be some of these things rotating. You're gonna see the gear set complete, so you kind of get an idea of that. Let me see from the notes. Let's see the fate tokens. Members get 4 times more. The Destiny tokens, the members also get 4 times more. So through the course of the 20-day rotation, you should see 4 of these. And I guess the members do get 1 then, at some point. So there, and once again, you won't see the value of this until I hit the vendor, until I show you the details of the vendor. And you'll see why I put so much weight on this one. At some point there are also exobytes. They're not on this screen. That is like, I think the free people get flawed and the members get the pristine of whatever the current one is. Anyway, it's the exobytes XP of the current episode. I would say that's kind of a minor plus. There's definitely a big deal between flawed and pristine. But sort of like the nth metal, they drop often enough that the daily rewards probably doesn't matter. That should give you an idea from what you get here. There's also a bonus chunk if you complete like the 20 days. There's an extra bonus both at the free level and at the member level. But as the devs said, the bonus is just a small amount. The bulk of what the benefit you're getting is from the total of the dailies. Okay, so that probably still left things vague because I didn't show the vendor yet. So from the vendor you'll get the actual benefit. So let's go ahead and go there. Okay, so from the daily menu and the first part of the video, I mentioned that you're getting these 2 new currencies called Fate Token and Destiny Token. And those were the two things that I gave the highest weight to when we're looking at the difference between member and free. So this is where you actually see the difference. Once you get that stuff, a member will have 4 times more than a free player. So this part of the video, we're going to break down everything in this new vendor. This is the daily reward vendor from Dr. Fate.
We serve the edicts of
Okay, so first of all, you see the stuff at the top. These are purchasable with the Destiny tokens. It looks like a free player will get 1 of these in each cycle, and a member will get 4. So what this translates to is you can get extra marks, or you can get quarks for 2. How does this work out? Quarks cash. Let's see. Does this... I'm trying to see if the math here... Yeah, it does work out. Oh no, actually it doesn't. Wait a second. Okay. If your ultimate goal is quarks, this one here is more worth it than this. Because a quark is worth 4 marks. If you go by the conversion at booster gold. So this one will work out to be better. Now this is probably going to be different depending on what part of the game you're at, because if you're at the part where you're grinding source marks for like gear and styles, you're still going to want to go for that. If you're at the end like me, if you're end game, your ultimate goal is quarks anyway. And quarks are used to clean up items you get from the capsules. So unless you're super lucky, you're likely going to have things to clean up in the capsules. So like when I get source marks anyway, I use the booster vendor to convert them into quarks. So if you're endgame, likely you'll never use that top item. You could get Flawless Nth Metal times 35. Again, this does have value because it goes to the artifacts building. Seal of Preservation, Seal of Completion, these are both huge. These are marketplace only items. The fact that you can get these from daily rewards now, to me, this Seal of Completion alone makes membership worth it. So in that 20-day cycle, a member will get 4 of these. So this does help alts a huge amount. And it's going to help you save money too, because you're not going to be buying these anymore. Like if you're careful, you're just going to stock up based on daily rewards. Compound Omega, if you really wanted to, I would rather just get those from the daily. I wouldn't spend these fate marks on it. Same with a lot of these. Like the sodas, that's taken care of by the Kryptonian soda. No need to spend stuff. No need to spend any currency on this stuff. These you may have to buy, since they're hedging the going away of the lockboxes, so you will no longer be able to get these unless you spend daily rewards, or you get them from other things like capsules. Or no, not capsules. You could buy them straight up from the marketplace, or just use daily rewards to get these. Most of these other items in the middle, you're only going to be spending on if you're a new player. If you're a veteran that's been around for at least, maybe half of the life of DCO, you probably have all of these. The auras are from lockboxes, which, since they're going away, this is the only way to get them. You may need to clean up some of these if you're a completionist. As you know, if you played the game a few years, some of these styles, like you're dealing with RNG, it may actually take years for you to complete some of these based on like the random drops in the vault. So yeah, this could be used as cleanup. So Gotham Knight, that was lockbox only. Vengeful Surgeon, lockbox. Cybernetic, also lockbox items. So you're going to see them finishing up some of the lockbox items. These didn't suffer from RNG quite as much as like some of the vault items actually. So now we're getting into the vault items. These are 100 a piece. So this is obviously not bad if you're just cleaning stuff up. It might seem overwhelming to you if you're a new player. However, remember some of these things we had to deal with years of RNG to complete. So when you consider that, 100 a piece is nothing, because you're taking RNG out of the equation, and you're just collecting these whenever you want. So some of these fluff items here, there's no feat behind these, so you don't have to get these. Demonic Tail waste item was a rare lockbox item that's just here by popular demand. Boxing gloves used to be in the marketplace. Same with these pieces here. Old marketplace items that you can now just buy. These movement mode items are a little bit pricier because they're more rare. But when you consider that only being 3 times one of the other items, this probably is much more favorable than what the RNG used to be. Based on my experience, you would likely get one of these per year, like these really rare ones, and then these movement ones, possibly a little bit more common. So flat out buying them with daily rewards is way better. This is way better than before. So do you actually need them now? The movement items, you're gonna want to collect the 2 that are not your movement modes, because you may strategically need them for either some instances or some feats. They are actually helpful. These 2 are fluff. The let's see, OMAC. All of these form change ones from the vaults are fluff. There's no feat. They're just like fun to have, so you don't actually need them. And here we are at the end. So that's basically it. There's a lot of stuff in here, but it's the ones at the top for me that are the difference makers. Like, I'm pretty much gonna spend the Destiny tokens on either Quarks or Seal of Completion. Like, I'll probably stock up on Seal of Completion until I have like a whole bunch. Now these don't get used too often because they only come into play towards the end of an artifact build. Like personally, I use them at 160, 180, 200. That's it. So it's sort of goes in streaks, because like as you build them, you may have 3 characters hitting those level at the same time. So in which case you may need more seals of completion if you're up to that point. So basically that's going to be my priority, because you can still get quarks by converting marks from the booster vendor. So if I build these and I find I have a stack that's kind of sitting there for a while, then I'm going to go to this. But the other stuff, like, I don't see myself spending on it at all. There might be some alts where I complete some of the styles on, but that's like a big maybe. I'm mostly complete. I mean, until I visit this and then see which names turn up green. But yeah, it's basically just those 2 items. The nth metal, it is worth it to some people. This is a lot of XP. I'm just not one to rush that, so I wouldn't spend on this. I can't find a situation where I would actually spend on this, but there are certainly people that put more weight on the nth metal than others. Alright, so that should give you an idea of the the difference between member and free. So you will need to evaluate both the daily rewards as well as what's in the vendor. I think the membership benefit is better, is even better than it is now, because the missing component now that makes us complain that the game is pay to win is all that stuff in the artifact progression, XP, and the seals. This kind of fights that argument. Once you can earn it some way in game, it's no longer pay to win. And keep in mind that a free player can also access those items, just 4 times slower. So I guess the only scenario I could think of where it's not worth it to be a member is if DCUO is is like one of many MMOs you play, and you log on like maybe twice a week or a few times a month. Then yeah, membership totally wouldn't be worth it, but it wouldn't be worth it now, to tell you the truth. So yeah, this video is mainly for members now. If you're a member now, it's still worth it for you to continue that, in my opinion. Okay, so yeah, let me know what you think, which items you put your weight on, and if you're still going to keep your membership the same, if you're moving down, or if you're moving up. Okay, that is it from here. Thanks for watching.